Hello and welcome to today's edition of Frightfully Forgotten Horror Movies. Today we have a special Patreon requested episode. Matt Wilhelm would like us to cover 1987's Blood Diner. But before we get going, what are we drinking?
Lakeshore Strangler Lager.
Ooh.
Yeah. 1987's Blood Diner was directed by Jackie Kong.
It stars Richard Allen Burks, who unfortunately died like 2 years after this movie. He barely had a career, the poor bastard.
Right.
Died in a car accident. Carl Albert Crew is also in this, and he was more of a performance artist. He was in bands and had like this weird kind of performance art theater troupe that he was a part of. And he was in a few things, but notably he played Jeffrey Dahmer in a straight-to-video type Jeffrey Dahmer movie.
Blood Diner starts off with a disclaimer, so you know exactly the kind of movie that you're getting into right away. We see these two kids playing on the floor, brothers, and the mother's like, I gotta go out for tampons. I actually thought it was supposed to be smokes instead.
Well, 'cause the 80s, it would have been smokes, right?
Yeah, leave the kids by themselves to play while you go out for smokes. But the kids hear on the radio that there's a murderer still on the loose.
Still on the loose.
And he's got a meat cleaver in one hand and his genitals in the other.
So you're like, what kind of... What did this guy get into?
The kids are playing and all of a sudden they start hearing battering at the door. This guy chops down the front door and busts in. He's like, oh, my boys, I love you. How are you? And how are you, Georgie Porgy?
Uncle Edward!
He tried performing this ritual that didn't quite work out, and he's got to give the boys these special amulets that are 5 million years old, and when the time comes, you'll resurrect Sheetar. Leaves the house, and you hear the cops pull up. Stop! And then you just hear all the guns firing, and that's it. 20 years later, the brothers go to the cemetery where Uncle Antoine is buried, and they start digging him up. And there's the security guard guy that tries stopping him. They all hit him in the head with some shovel, and his eyes come out. And then they all
Just throw him away.
He's all some dummy.
Super ragdoll.
So they dig out the brain, put it in this jar, then they perform like this sick ritual with all these robes on and everything. The brain all starts talking to them. Well done, my boys. Tells them that you need the body parts of immoral girls to build the body of Sheetar. And then you also need a virgin as a sacrifice, and you also need to prepare a blood buffet. So
It's not an easy task. There's quite a list of things to accomplish here.
we see that Georgie and Michael have opened up a diner. A vegetarian diner, no less. Working their asses off, and they got some regular customers. And one is this fat guy that's sitting at the diner. I hope there's no meat in any of this. And he's like, they call me Vitamin C.
Because he's so healthy. He's so healthy. His nickname is Vitamin C. And the guy's some fat slob.
He don't look it, that's for sure. There's also a table of cheerleaders, too, that are like, all you have to do is show your tits. Then we see that they're in some nude cheerleading workout video and all that. They're all bouncing around, of course. They got all their tits bouncing.
Which we can't show in this video. We'll have to edit that out somehow.
But who busts in? Georgie and Michael, and they just fucking gun all the girls down with all these fucking high-powered machine guns. It's all crazy.
Takes all their body parts.
And you hear Antoine too, he's like, take the tongues, throw the rest into the veggie patties.
And they're all like arguing and joking as they're cutting up these body parts.
And then, of course, who's eating the veggie patties is that Vitamin C guy.
And then
He loves 'em.
Georgie's watching all that wrestling on the TV and
He's getting all worked up and everything and throwing stuff at the TV.
beating up Vitamin C. The police are investigating the murder at the nude cheerleader massacre at the TV station here. These characters are quite comedic, right? Like the chief is always screaming all the time. He's all punching that detective guy. And they do an autopsy on the bodies and they find out they're full of all this vegetarian food, right? So they know that the cheerleaders who got massacred were going to these vegetarian restaurants, and they visit this one vegetarian restaurant that's not doing too well. The poor guy, like, his only customer is some ventriloquist dummy that he's got there, and he's talking on behalf of this dummy to make it look like he's got customers.
Yeah, that's all weird.
So the boys have built the body for Sheetar, and it's kind of all painted in gold and everything.
Yeah, he's got these nice big tits and everything, getting some phantom hard on.
I wish I still had my schlong. They have to find a virgin, right? Michael has befriended that one cheerleader girl who didn't go to the new cheerleading class, right? She's like the goody little two-shoes.
Your goody little two-shoes.
And she's gonna be the virgin sacrifice. Georgie is like super obsessed with becoming a wrestler and fighting that Jimmy Hitler guy. And for some reason he gets a match with that Jimmy Hitler big wrestling match. In the meantime, the rival with the ventriloquist dummy, he breaks into their diner. Steal the recipes because they're doing so good. Like, they're packed all the time. He steals
the brain?
Steals the brain of Uncle Anwar and takes him back to his diner, telling him how to make the recipe.
Yeah.
Like, he's cooking all this food and this isn't right.
Yeah. He's like, you better start telling me the real recipes here.
Wasting time while his nephews can come rescue him. So the boys get back from the wrestling match and find that Uncle Anwar's brain in the jar is missing, and they gotta go find him.
Yeah.
And that's where we're gonna end the plot. If you want to see how Blood Diner ends, it ends in an epic
bloodbath.
Then keep watching this review because we will spoil it in the end.
So one of the first things we gotta mention straight off is that we were going to do this movie as a trash or treasure. We were thinking about it because we're like, well, you know, there's the acting is sort of piss poor,
Subpar,
and, you know, and like the story and this and that. We took another look at it and we did a full like 180 on it. We're like, you know what? This movie is actually brilliant.
It's fucking great.
Everything you think is that's supposed to be bad is on purpose.
Yeah, it's all tongue-in-cheek.
This movie is completely 100% on purpose, and it's brilliant.
And they let you know with the disclaimer. The disclaimer tells you right away you're watching a stupid, silly movie. Don't take it serious. This is completely absurd.
Exactly. It is really difficult to get a movie like this across. It usually loses its way at some point. They managed to keep the movie on point from start to finish.
It stays on point because it's a very simple premise. Uncle Anwar gives the boys the instructions.
Yeah.
And the movie is just them filling out those orders, right? Like, getting the body parts, doing this, doing that. So it stays on point. They have their
mission.
They have their mission.
Yeah.
And that the movie is their mission. Getting the body parts, getting all the parts for the blood buffet and finding the virgin. Like, that's the movie.
That aspect of it kind of writes itself.
It writes itself, and all the comedy comes from that, and the movie is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's written so well.
Comedy first, horror movie second, you know?
That's right.
Very much so.
Like, oh, I wish I had my schlong. He's talking about his schlong. He's like, he's always giving those boys shit. Quit fagging around.
Yeah. At the same time, I love you boys. I love you boys. I love my nephews. Like, a lot of the comedy does come from Uncle Anwar and his banter, right?
Yeah. He's a brain in a fucking jar.
Yeah. Talking to these idiot kids, you know? And the characters are great. Uncle Anwar, of course, we just mentioned is great. But, like, the two boys, like, Georgie is hilarious because he's some idiot. This stupid idiot who thinks wrestling is real, is getting all mad at the wrestling all the time. And
Vitamin C guy's all, y'all has him in that headlock and all that. And he's all puking, like spewing across the whole restaurant.
But then Vitamin C is so stupid where he just keeps eating there anyways. Like, Why would you keep eating in a place where the owner is beating you up all the time?
Clearly does not respect you.
And Michael's kind of like the smarter of the two brothers.
Yeah, yeah. He's the ringleader.
He's the ringleader, but he's still kind of an idiot, you know? But he's not as much of an idiot as Georgie is.
That's right, yeah. A lot of the comedy is derived from the shenanigans, the antics that the two of them get up to, right?
And how they get the body parts
yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah,
like,
into the situations. They gotta pick up a couple of chicks. It's some 80s club and they're wearing like this tight disco shit.
These jumpsuits.
Look,
These glistening like rhinestone jumpsuits.
look like a couple of fucking assholes.
And then they're still wearing it when they take the women back to the diner and
Well, they pick the girls up all easy. Like the girls come to them too, and they're all hitting on them. It's like, no.
they look like a bunch of idiots. Even when they take the girls home and then they kill them, but they're still wearing those stupid 70s jumpsuits. Like, it's just so ridiculous.
Well, it's how they kill the girls too, right? Batters that girl, dunks her head into that deep fryer, and she comes out. She's all running around frantic with some deep fried head, and he all knocks her head right off.
And then Georgie comes and just cuts that other girl right in half with like a like straight in half. So the kills in this movie too, like they're just fantastic. Like if you want a movie with some good, fun, silly, over-the-top kills, well, this movie has all that stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
When they kill their competitor there that stole Uncle Antoine, he
Yeah.
cut off his hands, and he's like, not even that mad.
He's all trying to drive.
He's just complaining about it, and then he's trying to drive with no hands.
Yes, I'll get you guys. There's also that good scene too with Georgie runs that guy down like repeatedly, like he runs him down. And then he sees in the rear view mirror that the guy's still alive, so he all backs over him.
And the guy's still alive. Like the guy, he backs over him like 20 times, and that guy's still like, ugh.
He's getting
still
up.
alive.
Like when he's listening to that music.
And I think there's a joke that like when the cops found that biker guy, he was still alive. Backed over him like 50 times, and the guy's still alive.
He goes and attacks that woman, and she's all
naked.
naked.
Yeah.
But she knows all that karate and beats the shit out of him.
She's doing that naked karate on him, like.
And then that spike all comes down and just kills her.
Twisted on its head.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna go kill a woman, she's naked, but she knows karate and
Just
she
beats the shit
beat
out
the
of
shit out of you as she's naked.
The lighting in this movie is actually really fucking great.
Well, just like the general look of it.
Yeah, the general look. And all of the backlighting and everything, I love that. Like when they're in the cemetery and stuff, like all the backlighting coming from the tombstones and from the trees.
Yeah.
It's done in the 80s, but it gives you the sense that it's from the 50s.
The diner look.
Yeah.
It's got that diner look.
That cheesy
Yeah.
diner look. And it's done on purpose.
Yeah.
It's great.
We've said before, like a lot of 80s movies mirror a lot of 50s tropes. I Madman does that, you know. A lot of 80s movies do, and this movie does that too. It mirrors that 50s look. And the final act for this movie is fucking insane. It's so crazy. There's like, they're holding the blood buffet at this venue that they rented out where there's this crazy performance art band playing.
Yeah.
And Sheetar's being resurrected.
She's got these teeth.
And it just turns into an utter bloodbath. Like everyone's being slaughtered. Lightning and everything.
Yeah, like Sheetar's like directing all this lightning and shit.
It's like insanity.
I like the guys behind the mixing booth. She all like throws all this lightning and they all blow up and fly over the counter. You know what it reminds me a little bit of? From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh yeah, it does totally.
They continue the ceremony and they keep going and they kind of finish it. You don't expect that. And there's a lot of commentary in this movie too, right? A lot of it has to do with the vegetarianism, right?
Yeah.
How there's a lot of crap in the vegetarian food. What you think you're eating, you're not.
And you think what you think is healthy is not. Like vitamin C is perfect example of what you think is healthy is not healthy.
Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff, though. There's a lot of little commentary bits.
A lot of, like, idiot men in this. Like, idiot, stupid men who are trying to pick up women. Ooh, baby, you know. and all of them meet their demise.
And Sheetar is a powerful woman, right? So they
yeah.
flip that dynamic, too.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
like that.
there is commentary on that. Like, the powerful woman and idiot men picking up who they think are weak women who end up being very powerful women like Sheetar.
Who can destroy you.
That is, you know, that says something, right? Like, oh baby, you know,
I'm horny.
I'm horny. Like, yeah, you're horny, all right, but you won't be horny for long.
Yeah. Well, even the dynamic between the cops, the detectives, right? He's an idiot. He's a complete moron. It's like at the end, or he's like, I would have come rescue you sooner, but I couldn't find a parking spot.
Yeah, I like that. Because it's like, it's downtown, like...
There's parking spots everywhere.
No, but there's no parking spots downtown either. They're all taken. You don't want to pay for parking. You gotta find the free parking spot.
Well, that's where the comedy comes from, but it's like...
Because that's what I would do.
But it's like... Your partner's in danger! There's nothing but parking spots! Take one!
You're a cop, you just park in the middle of the street, but you have to find, like, a good parking spot.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But he's an idiot, right? And she's the smart one.
So, Blood Diner, definitely watch it. It's an 80s gem.
Yeah.
Chock full of nothing but ridiculous silliness and... a lot of good kills.
Oh yeah, a lot of good kills. Man, it is entertaining to the max. You will have such a good time watching this movie.
There's not one scene that isn't chocked full of complete, silly, ridiculous dialogue and things happening in the background or whatever. It's just like everything that's on screen is there for a reason, and it's there to make you laugh and entertain you.
Exactly, and if you like boobs, there's lots of boobs.
Lots of Sheetar boobs.
Hey, that's right.
Karate boobs. Deep fried boobs.
You can't go wrong with deep fried boobs. You take that.
And until next time,
keep drinking.